had kind of mixed results throughout your UFC career. First, the amazing fight with Mike Davis, the no contest, and then finally your first octagon win. Just tell me what your thoughts are on the way your UFC career has played out so far.
Well, call it an egg and egg. I've had terrible fights so far. My Mike Davis fight of the night, good performance. But I was off the pace. I made mistakes leading up to it in my preparation, different things. I lost a decision that was very close. I know I had a lot of people saying it could have gone either way, different things, but I lost. My second fight against Alan Patrick, obviously I battered him for the 1.5 rounds it was. That guy, this is just not talk about him, but yeah, that was another one. It should have been a win. And then my third fight, let's just say I was struggling with a lot of things in that fight. It was one of them things where I got the fight done and I got through it, and then I've been recovering off it since. So I'm back, I'm healthy, I'm fit, and I feel dangerous. And finally overcome my teething problems, and I'm going to settle in, and yeah, it's a good place to do it. We're in London, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm fighting in front of a crowd. There's a few people coming from home, and I know I got the local support behind me. I got a tough opponent, and yeah, we're the top of the prelims. So it's a perfect time to shine, perfect time to make that statement and show people exactly who I am.
I know you just said let's not talk about it when it comes to Alan Patrick, but are you past that? I know you wanted to run it back with him, but are you past that fight? Is it behind you now?
If he's not been cut yet, then I'll run it back with him tomorrow. I'll run him back the day after I fight this guy. Honestly, I'm happy to put that guy and retire him anytime that the UFC wants to make that fight. But after his last performance, the way he pulled out on my fight and then the fight against me, I can't see how the UFC still signed him. If he hasn't been cut yet, then I'll happily be his last fight in the UFC.
And you get Ludovit Klein, late addition to the card. How long have you known about this fight?
Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think most of the media actually knew before I did. My manager messaged me while I was on the plane, so a little bit spotty, and he was like, "Oh, they found a guy," and I was like, "Mint." He was like, "I'll send you the footage." I was like, "Oh yeah, well," I was like, "I'm gonna say yes." He's like, You're saying yes anyway." He's like, "We're on." I was like, "Yeah, we've been waiting long enough." So I know I was looking at the UFC card for London. 14 weeks ago. I knew that I had a place in the card for 13 weeks out, and they had so many problems matching me for different things, tax purposes, a lot of the US fighters and different things, and we stuck the course. I pushed through a solid training camp, and yeah, we got rewarded.
You said you had to kind of look at footage. How familiar were you with Ludovit?
I never looked at him before, but his style fits mine. I've been training with southpaws mainly out in Team Alpha Male. My training partner literally fights Friday before me, on the Saturday. So I'm prepared. I feel dangerous. I train my high-level strikers every day. I train my high-level wrestlers every day. I'm more than prepared for this fight. Ludovic's style is very good, but I just think there's ways to counter what he does, and as long as I'm smart with it, I'm mobile on my feet, and I don't get into a stupid fight, which that's the thing with me. I do love to get into a bloodbath, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to come out this fight without any new scars, but it's going to be a fun one.
Thank you.
Mason. Hi, I know you said it was a short notice call, but was the plan for you always to be on this card, or is this
13 weeks? 13 weeks I pushed to this card. To be fair, the last 2 weeks I was starting to get a little bit stressed because I bought 50 tickets for people back home and my family, different things. It had already been gone through because my medicals were all done for this card and everything was ready, and obviously we were preparing for this all the way through. My cut had been for this. The PI had been helping me for my weight cut for the last 9 weeks, and all in regards to London. So it was starting to get a little bit spotty, but I held the course, stayed patient, and yeah, like I said, it all planned out.
Okay, so it's a short notice opponent, but not a short notice fight. That's just to make that clear.
No, 100%. Yeah, short notice opponent, but I'm full camp. No excuses.
Perfect. And going back to the previous fight against David Anama, who has gone on and had a couple of big wins since.
Massive wins.
Break down the challenges that you were having in that fight, if you can, for us, and explain how you're sort of free of that going into this one.
So I was meant to fight against Alan Patrick. We was looking at an earlier date. I did 8 or 9 weeks of camp. Then they pushed the fight back by 10 weeks, so I ended up doing 19 weeks of camp. On top of the fact I'd rolled through from the first fight against Alan. It was just literally that I had problems. I had injuries moving into it, injuries that sort of happened in the fight as well. I had the flu, and I also had a problem with my sternum, where my rib was literally moving all the time. So I went that fight against a high-level striker, high-level guy, and was good for about 6 shots. I think I landed 6 clean shots on him, and then literally gassed in a way I've never gassed before, and dug deep, fought in the trenches, dragged him down, made the fight dirty, and I won. It was a boring fight for the two of us, I think. It's not a fight I usually like to fight. I like the high pace, I like the high exciting, and it was decent, but I mainly just out-wrestled the guy, controlled him, worked towards a finish, but he was strong and I was in a bad place. But we're all recovered from that. I had a bit of surgery over December, got some problems sorted that had been niggling at me, had a lot of physio, and my camp's been solid, very, very solid. I think this is one of the best I've ever felt. So yeah, I really, really can't wait.
So given that we're 3 fights in now, you sort of
teething problems. Yeah, I need to make a statement. Like I come in Abu Dhabi with the champ status hanging on my back, a bit of momentum, and then I stalled, and then I went into the Alan Patrick fight with a bit of momentum that was still hanging around, and then Alan robbed me of that, and then obviously I went into the Onama fight with no momentum and sort of started to generate a little bit. So now this is the perfect place, the perfect time, the perfect part of the card to make a statement. This is where I can start building my legacy again, and this is where I can start telling people who I am, and yeah, we can start rolling with it.
You mentioned that you've got this tendency to get involved in a bloodbath or two. Is that something that you're trying to sort of back away from and be more considered, or are you embracing that?
No, I love a stand-up war. I land a fight. I love a fight. I don't go in there with the intentions of just doing the minimum. I like to go in there and I like to get into a fight. Like obviously looking at Ludovit's record, people will be like, oh, you're going to go in, take him down, try and sub him. And it's like, well, no. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to bang with him for a little bit, we're going to play it out, and if I need to, I'll take him down and sub him. I'm not worried. I think I can outstrike him. I think my striking's better. I think my game plan's better. I think I'm better at wrestling. I think my jiu-jitsu's better. Like people forget, I've been doing kickboxing since I was 6. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was 12. I've been doing judo since I was 11. I've been boxing at a high level since I was 16, 17. I've been doing Thai since I was 14. Like I'm 27. It's been a career. November will be 20 years I've been involved in fighting sports. I've done a lifetime, and I'm still fresh. I'm still healthy. And all that's left to do, like I said, is to start improving and keep improving. Like I'm the greatest fighter on this planet in my own head. All I've got to do is I've got to set the record, and I've got to start proving that I am. And every single fight I get better. Every single fight I improve, and every single fight I'm going to put away better and better people.
Last one from me. You mentioned all of that experience that you've picked up from an early age. What's your most likely method of victory on Saturday night?
I want a knockout. I want a picturesque knockout, like same as everyone does. But he's tough. Ludovit's been in the wars. He's a high-level striker. He's powerful, and he's got some nasty head kicks. I'm gonna strike with him. I am. I'm gonna try and pick him apart in his feet. So let's go with the TKO.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.